Hey guys, welcome to the stream. This is Ryder. I gotta coming to you live from beautiful Swan Lake First Nation. We're here at the Swan Lake Gaming Center at the corner of Junction 23 and Junction 34 in Swan Lake First Nation, Manitoba. And we're here for, well, the Hank 8-Ball Memorial Tournament in honor of Danny Mckinney. We are now officially started. It is day one of a 3-day event. We will be running from today until Sunday. And today we start off with the singles, which we're now currently in the second round. I feel like my S's are standing out a little bit. So we got a matchup for you guys here. It's a showdown between Terry BEAULIEU, Anthony Roulette. Terry's going to 7 or racing to 7. He's up 2-0 right now in this race. And Anthony is still not on the board, but he's looking for a chance to get on the board now. He's at the table racing to 6. Gotta do something about those S's. That one? Does that help? I think so, a little bit. I gotta say stuff with an S. See if I can find the one. No? Huh? Maybe. We'll go with this. All right. Yeah, so we're having a good time here today. It's 8-ball. It is a CSR rated handicap tournament. The way it works is we'll start from, I guess we'll go from the top down. So 1841 CSR and up, race to 7. So basically anybody that's like a 600, 610 Fargo rate roughly and up. We'll say 625 and up, just because that's what they normally do. So 625 Fargo and up, race to 7. For those of you that don't understand the CSR rating, 1701 to 1840 races to 6. So that's basically we'll say like 5. Well, 1701 is kind of low. It is kind of low. It is kind of low because to me yeah, we'll say like 475 to 620, something like that. It's a little off. That's why the CSR and the Fargo rate thing's a little confusing. We'll go with CSR first. So 1841 and up, they're race to 7. Anybody that's an 1840 or 1701 to 1840 races to 6. 1551 to 1700 race to 5. 1550 and under race to 4. All right. We'll figure this out after. The standard math, or what they say the standard math is take 1200 off. That's your Fargo rate. So technically they're saying like 501. Okay, we'll do it that way. We'll do the 1200 rate. That still doesn't make sense though, because here 1841 is like supposed to be a 641, but that's not accurate. It's more like a 625. But whatever, we'll go with our numbers. So a 641 and up is a race to 7. 500 to 639 would be a race to 6. 13 or 300 to 500 will be a race to 5, and then anybody that's 300 and under races to 4. That was pretty confusing, right? The entry fees are $100 for men, $50 for women. They're playing 8-ball, double elimination, alternate breaks. It's a CSR rated event or handicapped event. Cue ball fouls only, VNEA rules, and we're now officially in the A-side second round. And this is Terry BEAULIEU at the table right now, trying to get on the board again. He's up by 2. Trying to keep it tight here, but he's left a shot on the 3. What he's looking at here is the angle that he's leaving on the 3, because it's not going to give his opponent too many options to get into that 4 ball. And even if he can get into the 4 ball, still no guarantee he's going to be able to play position for the 8 ball. So he's hoping that, that one game handicap in between him is enough experience difference, where his opponent's going to make a mistake here and hopefully turn over the table in a way where he can finish off the table. He still has a bit of a problem with the 9, so I think at the same time he was hoping that his opponent would try to maybe do a little bit of right-hand draw, crash into that 9, maybe, to get onto that 4 ball, but then he gets a bad roll, and then he doesn't get a shot on the 4 ball, then leaves the 9 ball wide open. I think that's the way he kind of planned it out. We'll see if that's the way it works out, but I'm assuming that's the way he planned it out by the position he played the cue ball in. He's hoping that his opponent opens up this 9 ball for him, or at the very least that he bangs this 4 ball out of the way to leave the 9 ball open. His opponent's kind of checking this out. If I was him, I would just play this straight through with some topspin and just play a safety shot. Because if you put the cue ball right below on the, let's see if we can have enough time to get this on here. So if you put the cue ball like down here in this area, like you'd be pretty safe. Yeah, so, but not quite there. Because see, the idea was that he had to leave the cue ball. Well, he made the shot anyway, but the idea would have been to leave the cue ball in a position where you would have 4 balls lined up with no possible shot on any of them. That would have forced Terry into a safety option. But now, because he went for the shot, which Terry was expecting him to go for the shot this way, he was hoping that his opponent would try to, you know, get lured into opening up that 4 better than it was, and then hopefully that 4 ball wouldn't give him an option. And that's exactly what happened. The 4 ball came up, took away all options. There's nothing on the 4 ball now except for maybe a safety or a bank shot. So here, once again, like I'd be looking at the safety here. Just a little poke draw, trying to get the cue ball into that 9 ball. If you freeze up to it, great. If you don't, you know, still a good shot. But it's just a little touch shot. I think that's probably the best option. But he's probably, the way he's looking at this like he wants to go for it. Is he thinking about the bank side? He might be thinking about that bank side. Some players just don't have safety in their minds. It's just not. They're not born that way, right? Or they're not. They weren't raised that way, I should say. Yeah, it's true, man. It's how you're raised on the table, right? If people, you know, play safety against you all the time, you learn that safety is a key play to be able to win some games. So eventually, as you move up the ladder, you start thinking, well, I'm going to start playing safe. Then you realize safety is the key, right? That's not bad. He tied up the 9 ball, so that was good. You know, he thought that went out pretty good because now he's forcing his opponent to play, you know, smart or to play heavy onto the breakout. And there's no way that I don't think Terry's going to go for the breakout here. He should just go for a safety shot. It was the right option. I mean, there wasn't really much else he could do there. And just trying to force angles to be able to create a breakout on the 9 just didn't make sense. This way is better because now, like, you force your opponent into having no choice but to hit that 4 ball. And if he's thinking that way, then you got him. You got him for sure. An advanced player here would try to create a mess. An advanced player would maybe try to bank that 13 ball towards that 9 to put another ball in there, but he's just going to try to hit. It's going to be too soft anyway. Okay, not bad, not bad. That's good thinking. Decided to wedge that 9 ball in a little bit more. I like that. Making it a little bit tougher here for sure. With the ball in hand, he's got lots of options, but because of the little mess, I mean, the pile is kind of interesting the way it's laying out. No guarantee you're going to get that 8 ball and 9 ball opened up in the perfect way. So that kind of forces his hand to try to open it up right away. But because he has that 14 ball sitting in that weird spot, he's looking at that 14 ball first. Now, the problem with this is once you take that 14 ball, you're committed to the finish because you're going to try to set up for shape on the 13 ball. And now, if you get out of position on the 13 ball, that could be a blessing. I like this. I think he just called just a shot. He's just going to make that 14 and leave the safety there. Yeah, smart. Smart, smart, smart. So now he's forced his opponent into another bad situation because now he's got to try to figure out how to get out of this. I'm thinking I pot that 13 ball. That's what I'm thinking. Give your opponent ball in hand. But then it's all on, right? Like, if you do that, your opponent's going to play a safety, freeze you up to that 9 and 8, leave you over top of the ball with a kick shot. What you're hoping for is that you push that 4 ball or that your opponent pushes that 4 ball near that corner pocket so that way if you have to shoot over the ball, top rail, kick shot, then you have a better chance of making it. I wouldn't even try to hit this, no. And we'll see if Terry decides to go for it. That 13 ball is not an ideal position yet for the breakout. I mean, you can make it work. An advanced player like him, master level player like him can definitely work the spins and angles to be able to get in there. But I don't know, man. I'm not feeling good about it. The way I'm thinking here, but this is the problem, is that even if you try to set up this 13 ball for a breakout position for the 9, your opponent's just going to go ahead and drop that 13 ball on you. And now we go back to square one, the free shot hook. So do you just play the free shot hook right now? Leave the 13 ball there? That could be an option. The only thing is you don't want to push it close to that pocket because then your opponent's going to kick it from the side rail and in. Yeah, he's looking at it. He's going to open everything up and just freeze up to the 4. I like that. Unless he's thinking about creating separation, taking the cue ball up table and then trying to roll up behind that 13 ball. But that's too big of a gamble, lots of travel. I'm not sure I like it. A little bit of room for error here. Ooh, you just hit that almost perfect. Almost perfect. And the reason I say almost is because he would have pulled that cue ball a little bit more to the right, a couple of inches. He takes away the long rail kick shot. But he's left him pretty straight on this long rail kick shot. So his opponent's going to be able to hit this. He's not going to be able to make it. There's no option for him to make it. And he's likely going to turn the table over for a wide open table here for the finish. Bit of a chess match for the first match of the day on the stream. For me, anyway. And now you have to go back to the same idea here. Like, you have to tie things up somehow. Because just hitting your ball is not going to be good enough. Now, let's say, I don't know. Okay, let's figure this out. Okay. So, let's say that. Why is that not working? Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I know that. All right. So, let's see if this works now. Yeah. No? Oh, what's going on here? Oh, I know why. Okay. Yeah, so let's say that he tries to kick it from here, tries to kick it here. Now, if he hits it middle, might be okay. That's probably the best option. He hit it middle, but it's not going to work out pretty good. And he made the other ball. Yeah, that was not part of the plan, but it definitely was part of the plan for Terry. That extra experience coming in handy here. Patience paid off. I didn't like the idea of how he played that last safety, but it worked out pretty good. Worked out pretty good. And he'll take that third game now. Bit of a battle there, so that's a good sign for Terry because he came on top of it. A really good sign for his opponent Anthony, who still hasn't got on the board yet. But that battle right there got his mind going, got his focus going. He got that little bit of that adrenaline going too. The blood's pumping through the veins, That little bit of desperation is now in play because he was on the table. He had a chance to win. He felt like he was more in a battle. So this is good for him. He's going to start getting into this battle. Now, the only thing that Anthony needs is to get on the board. Then the confidence takes over, right? Terry's got to stop that. And I'm telling you, Terry's got some pretty big breaks, man. When he makes a ball, he's usually on point for a run out. But one of the things that I've noticed about his break a lot is that he emphasizes a lot on the power, and sometimes he'll scratch because of it, or he'll lose the white ball because of it. Now, that could be the worst-case scenario for Terry here if he ends up smashing the table wide open and scratches or loses the cue ball. His opponent will have a chance to get on the board. So far, so good. Didn't make a ball, though, and, well, this isn't his usual spread. I don't know. I don't think he held back on it. I just think maybe it's the way he reacted, but it's not his usual spread. Usually he gets them right spread out throughout the whole table. I mean, it's decent, don't get me wrong, but it almost looks like a one-pocket break. I wonder why he picked the solids. I felt like the stripes would have been a lot better, especially because, the opening shot would have maybe got him opened up on that 11 ball. Then he was kind of sort of free to go. But, I mean, the 10 ball is one of the balls that he's probably concerned with, but it does go to the right side middle once you move everything out of the way there. He's changed the table in an interesting way. He hasn't really given Terry a lot to work with. I think he's got the shot to the side. Looks like he does to me. Stripes hitting by the side pocket is an extra cushion, extra layer of help. Now, because that 9 ball rolled up in front of the 13, this causes a little bit of a problem for him in the bottom right corner. He's going to have to find a way to figure this out. And, like, because right now, if the 9 ball wasn't there, he would just shoot that 15 to the corner, roll up for that 13, and he keeps going. But he doesn't have that option here. So now the other option is to try to find a way around this. And do you come back to this 13 and 9, or do you try to tackle part of it now and come back for the other part right after? Which I think that's what I would do. I would maybe roll this up for the 9 ball. And I would have two different options here on the 9 ball, either to break out that 13, draw back into it, or to play through, set up for one of the other stripes to be able to come back up towards the 13. Because the 13 ball has to be played within the next 3 shots or 4 shots. Unless you break it out, then it doesn't matter. But if you're going to leave everything as is on the table and you're going to try to get around it, then I think the best way to go here is to roll up on the 13 for the 9. And then start working the table. I mean, he doesn't have a lot of options here anyway. I believe he's got the shot on the 12 to the corner and a back cut on that 10 ball, which doesn't help him whether he goes to the side or corner. Looks like he's taking the 12 to the side. Looks a good shot. He's going to have the 14 ball to clutch on. So now, like, this is interesting here because if you're a gutsy player, like maybe you take on the 9 ball here now and just get out of the way, go back down for the 14 and play up. Now you can address that 13 ball without too much stress. But it's a big shot and, you know, not everybody's going to take it on. He decides not to. He's got an angle here to be able to stun over for the 9 ball. And if he can stun over to the left side of the 9 ball, he can play the cue ball throughout the top rail and the right side cushion to get onto that 13. Now, the question here for me is, does he try to break this out or does he just play across? Because playing across is going to make it tough for the finish. Oh, you got a decent angle, though. It's a little risky. There's a slight touch to the right side of this 13 ball, depending on how you play it. He's going to have to enhance that spin, adding a little bit of draw to it. Oh, he just broke into it. That was the problem here. He's a banking type player, though. So this might play into his hand, into his skill. Oh, wow. I can't believe that worked out. I can't believe that worked out, man. Still got to make that 8 ball. But I like that he's taking a little reset here instead of just rushing into it. Sometimes it's a bad thing, though, but the 8 ball's close enough where it shouldn't be a problem. All day long, he says, all day long. Mark that up to 4-0. Looking for 3 more to move on to the next round. This was a crazy shot. I mean, I can't even explain the physics behind that. Let's watch it again. Like, wow. I don't even know that would happen in any other table than a valley. I mean, it should, because it looked like, well, let's look at it again. It looked like the angles were clear to the pocket, right? Yeah, that would have gone into any other table. It's just a weird shot, man. I don't know. I don't know how to explain that one. Almost traumatizing. Oh, a bit of a safety break. Left himself against the top rail. Limited options here, but he's got a few. Can do the 13, can take on the 11. I think the 11 is, or sorry, could take on the 3 or the 11. I think the 11 is likely what a player would play, but it's a bit of a, what do you call that, chicken wing shot where, you know, you're going to have a little bit of back arm movement. Unless you're feeling good and confident, then you just take it on, no problem. But he's down 4-0, so for him, it's a bit of a tester. He's looking for easier options here. Did he call the side pocket? Combo to the side. Okay, okay. So much for easier options. Good start, though. Nice angle here. It's got to open up that 7 and 6. 9 ball's blocking both of them from going anywhere, but if he opens them up, he might push him over to the right, open up that pocket on the right for those 2 balls. Oh, he missed them. In a tough spot now. He still has a 3 ball, but not many options left after that. 5 balls in a tough spot too now. And only because there's not many breakouts available for that. And the one option that he does have available for breakout, he's got a pot now. Obviously, that wasn't part of the plan. Yeah, and so what happened there is that he didn't really have much of a plan. So he kind of just shot, went through the motion of shooting. But his heart wasn't really in it. He wasn't really committed because there was no option after that. Now, if that's the case, like if he was looking at that 3, like I'm not really going to be able to make it, then he should have tried to bank that 3 ball to the bottom left corner to block all those strikes from going in there. Because as you can see here, like that's the first pocket that Terry's going to pick. And now everything kind of opened up for him, so he's good to go. As long as he can make that shot to the side, which I believe he can, he's got the go-ahead for the finish on this rack. Easy lineup here for the 11 ball next. Got to make a decision here if you're going to draw it back for that 10 ball or if you're going to pull through for that 9. Either way works, but I think I'd rather take that 10 ball. Yeah, take that 10 ball instead of the 11. Just because the angle kind of sets him up for that 14 ball. Clears up half the table for him in a sense. Yeah, it's a good option. He can still get back on par. He can take the 9 ball now too if he wants to. But he can get back on par by taking that 13 ball, drawing back for the 11 ball, and then kind of getting going from there. Actually, that wouldn't work for him because of that 9 ball. So I think the way he's looking at this is that he has to take the 9 ball and get back down and then get back up. But I think that's going to be tough too. I don't like where the 11 ball is either. It's a little sus right now. Because it looks so innocent, right? It looks like it goes wherever you want it to go. But that 8 ball being where it is kind of creates a problem there at some point if you don't address it sooner than later. So he's got the 9 ball option, which I think that's what he was trying to do. He also has the 11 ball option, which I don't know he's not going to do. It's just not, it's not the right shot. This is the money shot here, though. He's got to get onto that 14 ball. It's a little short from what he wanted, but he's got the shot. He would have liked to have been a little bit straighter, closer, but then that 7 and 6 would have played a part into that shape shot. So he's going to play this through. Watch the pace, trying to set up for the 11 ball in the same pocket if he can. And he's not bad. He's got an extra back cut, but you can, you know, stun this over slightly or push into the rail and back across. It's up to you. Either way, he's going to be good to go here. The options here are set up for the same corner as 11 or go to the right side middle. Yeah, I like that he went with a cushion. I think myself, I would have tried to use the spin, try to hold position, but based on experience, a lot of times when you play that shot and you're trying to adjust with the spin, you tend to come up a little bit short on the speed and leave the shot short, or you leave it over the pocket. So I think that's the experience that was playing a part there. He's going to get away with that 8 ball. I don't think that 8 ball would have gone any other table. But he knew that that pocket was going to flex a little bit, so he didn't have to be perfect. That allowed him to adjust his angle and his speed, and to make sure that he was in a nice line where he wasn't going to be able to, you know, play with a pocket, scratch, or anything like that. All right, so it's 5-0, and a bit of a tilted match here so far. Anthony Roulette just not getting much of opportunity to get going. He had a couple of shots on this last rack, but nothing promising. And now he's kind of at the mercy of his opponent because he's got big breaks and he's got a few breaks coming where he can get a little closer to finishing this match. This one here, you know, you never know what's going to happen. Last one he came up dry. So this one, he might step up the power or maybe change the spot a little bit or change the spin, try to get a ball going into a pocket. Yeah, a little bit more power on that one. This is the problem, though. When he steps up his power, he almost always scratches or loses the cue ball. And it's not just him; it's every other player that does that. They always say, like, if you're gonna try to break, you try to break to the best of your abilities. So what that means is you try to find the best power that suits you. Just because, you know, whatever, we'll say Bob is, you know, smashing the pack and he's just making beautiful breaks all the time, and you see that power. You're thinking, oh, yeah, man, I want to break like him. So you start trying to break like him, but every time you lose the cue ball, you're getting run out. It's not good. Find the power that suits you best, where you have a decent break, you're making a good spread, you're making a ball consistently, and you're not losing the cue ball. Work that spot until you can find that extra power, and then slowly you'll get to that point. But it's usually not recommended to overdo it. The only reason why these top players do it is because they know the breaks everything. So if they don't make a ball, they're going to get punished. But I see it all the time with these top players, man. They'll switch it up depending on who they're playing against. If it's a top player versus a top player, they'll push hard for those big breaks. But if they're losing the cue ball and their opponent's running out 1 or 2 racks on their break, they change that automatically. They just tame it down, change the spot, because they don't want to continue to lose on those racks against their opponent when they're breaking, right? You want to be able to capitalize on your break and then do your best to capitalize whenever they turn over the table on their break. That's the ideal pool way, right? That's how you're supposed to win anyway. That's what makes a comeback so tough too, is because, you know, once you're down, to get back into a match, unless his winner breaks, you're going to have a tough time, especially if your opponent can break good. He's got a better chance to close out than you do. So then the odds are stacked against you, and that's the reason why top players like try not to let the lead slide too much, because it's tough. I mean, any top player can run 2 racks in a row, no problem. But when it's alternate breaks, you're not guaranteed to get that second break. Your opponent usually comes up and breaks and runs that table out, makes it 1-1 or ties up the match. And that's the interesting thing about the top level pool, is because then everybody starts feeling like they have to step up their break. Because like it's, well, you ran out, so I'm gonna run out. You know? And then you run out, and then the other player feels like they gotta run out, and then they do, and now you gotta feel like you're gonna run out again, but then you come up dry. You know, or you lost the cue ball. Oh, missed the shot there. So here's a little bit of an opening for Anthony. Table isn't the easiest, though. There's a lot of work, man. And Terry missed that 10 ball in a way where it's blocked that 2 ball also. So a little bit extra work on the table. Lots of different options to go with. But no matter what, you're going to be working the cue ball on this one. By the way, how's my sound? I haven't even gone to check on the messages, comments, or anything like that, because I'm just in the zone, man. I haven't really been doing much pool or anything in a while. So, like, being here and enjoying the moment, getting into the table, finding my groove on the mic, those are like, I don't know, man. I'm in a trance. Somebody come knock me out of the spell, or I'm going to be going Jeremy Jones on you. I mean, that's really not a bad thing. Everybody loves the way that Jeremy Jones does his commentary. And I try not to compare myself to anybody, but I feel like my style of commentary is somewhat close to Jeremy Jones. Naturally, of course, because I don't study him. But I think if you were somebody that's trying to become a good streamer, maybe you should study him. You can study me too, man, but I'm a little bit all over the place. Yeah. Ask my kids and my wife, they'll tell you. Ask my teammates too. I'm all over the place on the pool table also, man. Yeah, so this is a bit of a tactical battle now. There's really not much any of them can do at this point from here. There's a nice little safety. He's going to punch draw this. Thought he was going to freeze him right up to it, but he didn't. Anthony's just smiling as he walks up to the table because he knows he's in an interesting situation here. One of the toughest things for him is that he's constantly feeling like he can't make the wrong choice. But I think this is where the players grow the most in these situations, you know. Like you don't ever want to put yourself in a 5-0 down situation. Trust me, you don't want to do it. But when you find yourself in the situation, you can also find the champion within. You know, because you find your resilience, you find your battle, right? You figure out how to survive, man. And if you can get back on the board and make this into a battle and you tie it up at 5-5 somehow, like that changes your entire future. Because now, whenever you're down 5-0, you're always going to feel like you can come back because you've already done it once, right? Pool's interesting that way, you know. You can spend 10 years trying to figure out how to run a table. But as soon as you run a table, they all start coming your way. Because you start thinking the right way, right? You start figuring out, oh, yeah, this is what you got to do to get a run up. It used to take 20 years for people to figure that out. Maybe it still does. I mean, there's a lot of knowledge out there, but I feel like the knowledge out there is so much more advanced now than it used to be and way more available than it ever was. Because for like a lot of people back in the days, say like the late 90s, early 2000s, you know, even the early, 2020, right? Everybody kind of, I lost where I was going with that. Jesus, I'm getting caught up in this game. I'm trying to pay attention and I'm talking too much. Let me reset. I told you, I'm all over the place. Like, there's even a discretion warning. I'm pretty sure, maybe I should add it there too, in the discretion. By the way, I'm all over the place. That way nobody can complain about it. Where was it going with that? I can't even remember what I was talking about. Oh, man. And, okay, so there's another thing. I'm taking these pills for my neuropathy. And, like, the idea of the pill is supposed to, like, take away the feeling of pain. But the only way it can take away the feeling of pain is by, like, messing around with the nerves from the brain down. So, normally, I've been taking this for a few years now, so it hasn't really been that big of a deal. But I take the lowest dosage, even though they tell me to go a little bit higher. Because I know that when I take, for example, 2 pills, I start losing my mind. I forget things really quick. When I take 1, I'm good all day. But a lot of times when I take 1, I still have to deal with the pains throughout the day. They're just milder compared to, like, when I take 2 pills. Yesterday I took 2 pills. So the next day, usually when I take 2 pills, I'm like blank, like really bad. And that's the reason why I don't really care for the pills. And no, it's not gabapentin, but people talk about gabapentin the same way. They say that it creates onset early dementia. And I'm hoping that I'm not going to lose my mind. But that's kind of the effects of the pills right now. They're putting me in that spot. And even though I'm not old, I'm starting to feel like my grandpa, man. Like, when I used to ask him for money, he'd be like, yeah, I'm going to go get it. And then he'd come back with a beer, and I'd be like, Grandpa, where's my $1? He'd be like, oh, sorry, man. I was going to the bank to get you some money. And then I seen the beer vendor, and I totally forgot about you. I'm kidding. My grandpa doesn't drink. All right, so Terry won that one. All over the place. Remember that. 6-0. He's on the hill, trying to go for the kill. And he's breaking. Oh, why is he breaking? Is it when he breaks? Didn't he break the last one? No, he didn't. Anyways, it's nice to be back. It's nice to be out in the competitive world of pool, to be able to see people playing and enjoying the stream. I hope you guys are. I know I'm a little rough right now, but I'm trying. I try to remember, man. Where am I? All right, let's go. I don't know. We gotta go say hi to the people. Let's say hi to the people. Kathy Secrets, how you doing? Says, hey, Rod, thanks for the stream on Facebook. Welcome to the stream, Kathy. Appreciate you tuning in. Marcel Williamson, how you doing? Says, great sound, Rod. I've been watching the last 5 minutes. Great stuff, man. Right on. I appreciate it. Thank you. What you see now is how I always am. Sometimes a little bit crazier, but most of the times I'm a little bit more detailistic when I'm on the mic. I love pool. And when you tune in to watch, when I stream, you're likely going to learn a lot about mentality. A lot of people don't talk about mentality, and I think a lot of this is the same thing as why people never used to teach people in the 90s and the early 2000s. Is because once you share that stuff, it becomes less stronger of a weapon or an advantage for you, because now other people out there know what you're doing and how to reset and how to be able to compete better. So I feel like a lot of people just don't talk about mentality. Another thing too is that a lot of people can't really talk about mentality because they have horrible mentality. You know, you can't go up to the mic and be like, hey, listen, man, you got to be really focused here, and you got to like not close your eyes and make sure that you're standing straight. And when you're feeling like you're going to get knocked out, think about your grandma. Like, don't know. That's not how you play pool, man. And you need a real mental person, not mental like crazy, but like somebody that works on mentality. That's what I mean. Don't follow the crazy ones, please. I mean, there's lots of them out there, so you got lots of options, but try to follow the ones that have real wisdom. So usually, like, when you know that kind of stuff, you're trying to tell people like, hey, listen, the other opponent is feeling the pressure too. So instead of you feeling the pressure and making yourself play horrible, just understand that they're feeling pressure too. As long as you play smart while you're feeling the pressure, you're going to survive and put the pressure back on them. And then they're going to falter unless they have really good mentality. But if they do have good mentality, then you're going to learn from that person too. So now you won, right? You might lose that game, you might lose that match, but technically, experience-wise, and as far as being a competitor, you won because you learned the most that you could from that opportunity. And yeah, so that's an example of mentality, right? And I'm pretty good at mentality, man. I wouldn't call myself a high-level snooker player, but I know that I've done 141, I've done 80s, 90s, 100s plus, 130 a couple of times on the snooker table, and I'll tell you what, you don't do that kind of stuff unless you have really good mentality, because snooker will catch you off guard. You have a small little slip in the brain, you missed that shot already. So when it comes to mentality, I got some really high-level mentality. The stuff that I share with you is stuff that most people won't, but I promise you, I'm not scared to play against you if you learn everything I know. It's just going to make me play harder, and that's a good thing for me. That's why I share it. Speaking of sharing, if you're enjoying this, you can share the stream. Support. Rhonda Perch, how you doing? It says the race next to their names. Correct, yes. It's a race to 7 for Terry Beaulieu and a race to 6 for Anthony Roulette. Thank you, Rhonda. Marcel says thank you also. And on YouTube, we got Tim Yinger. How you doing, Tim? Welcome to the stream, man. Rod's in the house. Hi, Rod. Good to see you on here again. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate it, man. I'm happy to be back on the mic, that's for sure. And I'm happy to be able to come out and stream. And I'm, talking a lot about myself. Why is that? Like, they got these crisis lines where you can just go talk about yourself all day long. I just go do it on my stream. All right, come on, kid. Find that pocket. Let's get on the board, man. Get in there. All right. There you go. See? Starting to feel in the groove. Some call it a mercy rack. Others call it the beginning of a comeback. He's on the board. Let's get it going, baby. It's on. I'm telling you right now. Like, I don't know. I'm connected to the pool gods pretty good. And I feel like they're in the house. But we won't know until after this rack. Should we help this guy? I think we should help him. Come on, Anthony. Pick it up, man. Pick it up. Let's go. Another rack under the belt makes it a battle. 2 more makes the opponent sweat. Let's get going. Rack number 8. Anthony Roulette to break. Smashed it. Made a couple of balls. Oh, no, that one got rejected. Maybe it's the starting ball, though. It might be the starting point for this one. Made a ball, and he's on the table with a good opportunity here. Stripes and solids are both available. When I'm looking at this table, though, it's tough to decide whether I want to go solids or stripes. They both require breakouts. They both require to change the table. And I think it's more about the starting point and the follow-up, because there's really not much else there from this angle. And like if you start with the solids, you got to back cut that one, which that would take the cue ball around the table and back up. But I don't think it'll give you much else other than the 6 ball. And if you go with the, oh, I don't have my ball marker. He's trying to get something. I thought he was trying to get something off the ball. And I didn't bring my ball marker. I don't know why I didn't bring that. Yeah, so when I'm looking at this table, I'm not sure, like, with all the experience that I have, I don't like the stripes as much as I like the solids. But the solids don't really do much for me as far as the starting point. You try to cheat the pocket. So, like, I was thinking here, like, I kind of like the solids better because the angle on that one would have helped me to get around the table off 3 rails and back to the right. But there really wasn't much of a follow-up. The way he missed his 3 ball kind of created more of a problem on this table for Terry also. So Terry's going to have to try to find a way out. Looking to back cut this one. Going to just come up short of it. Cue ball's going towards the corner pocket. It's going to stop just short of it. Open table still. 1 ball available to the side. And now I think the stripes are worse, right? So you kind of have to go with the solids. I think any intermediate or lower player would automatically go for the solids here just because of the layout. There's not much options for the stripes. There really isn't any options for the stripes. I don't know about taking this 3 ball though. Even if you make it, yeah, you're not going to have much to shoot at after. Maybe he's got a shot on that 4 ball. If he does, then he's okay. To me, it looks like the stripe's in the way. Interesting as you look at this table to try to find a way out. There's no way out on this table, not yet. 6 and the 4 make it very limited as far as, you know, breakout options and even to find a finishing pattern. That's probably the best thing that happened to him here. Though the angle that he left for his opponent on this 15 ball is going to be a bit of a problem. Because it's like a free shot. He can take this shot and try to open everything up. It's really not a free shot, though, because if you happen to miss the ball, which you're not, and then you leave the table wide open, you're going to lose this rack. Or if you lose the cue ball, oh, wow, man, that was so close. That was too close. Yeah, he's taking a little breather, man. I would, too. That was intense. Seemed like a harmless shot, right? You're supposed to open up the stripes, but look at this. Oh, man. What a miracle. Nice little back cut. And now he's starting to open up the table, so this is better. The 11 ball's still on a tough spot. There's no breakout for it. So he's got to find a way out still. He's got a bit of a draw angle here off this 9. Might be able to get up in there, but I don't think he should. I would maybe sit up for that 14 to the side and then try to open up the 11 from there. He didn't play the angle that way. He's going to go up table now. Or perhaps he was thinking about taking that 15 ball in the top right corner. I thought that was a 15 earlier, but that was a 12. So yeah, maybe he was thinking about taking that 15 ball and then setting up for the side pocket. But with that, 5 and 1 sitting the way they are, this is so tough to get the perfect angle on this 14. This is probably as best as you're going to get as far as, just making it. But to get onto 11 ball, it's the wrong angle. So I think that's why he's going to force that shot from the 15 to the 14. Yeah, he's really stuck here because the problem is, like, if you take this 14, which is the shot that you need to get out of the table now because it's going to become a problem, it's so tough to get back up for the 11 ball. You won't be able to break it out from there. You're going to have to get onto that 11 ball for a shot. Oh, he's going to 4-stroke this one. Just going with some power on this one. Maybe he's trying to get back for a bank corner. That's the only option I see unless you get on above that 11 ball. He really tried to force that cue ball all the way through, but it kind of spun and it held for a second and changed the angle and slowed down on him. This isn't bad though. I'm pretty sure that he's got enough to be able to make the cross bank corner. It's really tight, but it should get just past the 6 ball for the bank corner. Yeah. That's the one. He's seeing it now. And if he makes this properly, if he hits it, wait, I gotta look at this, man. Okay, so here's our angle. This is what we're trying to get. This is where the ball has to contact. And then we got this. So if we hit this here, it's not gonna do that. We actually have to hit the cue ball like this. No, like this. Just missing that solid to be able to cross bank this. This isn't easy. Is he trying? Oh, he's going off the back row. No, yeah, he's going off the back row. Crazy. I thought he had enough room for the cross bank, but maybe he didn't. Or maybe he did. He just didn't like the angle. It wasn't too comfortable of a shot. Either way, you know, the pool gods have kind of given Anthony a bit of an opportunity here. Right at the right time. He's got good control of the table too, as long as he doesn't turn the table over for a shot on the 11 ball. But right now, like, you can open up that 4 and 6, spread them out a little bit more, play a safety, wrap the hop, try to get a ball in hand, and then work the table from there. It's going to be tough to get a ball in hand against Terry, though. He's got a lot of knowledge. This is almost this is like feeling the pressure on the shot. I don't think he's feeling pressure, but he's got mental pressure right now because he's trying not to make a mistake. He's trying to make sure that he makes the right shot here. A part of him is telling him, just go for the shot to the corner, man, but he feels like he doesn't quite have the finish. I like that he's looking at this 4 and 6, so I thought this is what he should do. Looks like he's going to play it. Yeah, smart man, smart man. Looking for some rewards on the table. Good decision, man. Good decision. I know, like, some people will just go for the shot and just do the best to run out. And maybe they do, but when they don't, they always lose. And when they do, it doesn't always work that way. But those are the aggressive players. Those are the ones that just have no safety in their mind. I mean, you tell those guys, don't jump off the bridge. They jump anyway. Oh, man, my heart and soul are filling up with love again. I mean, I always have love in my heart, but I've been missing pool, man. And I've definitely been missing streaming pool. Oh, what I hit. Avoiding any ball in hand situation, but you see, this is the reason why opening up that 4 and 6 was smart, because if your opponent hits that ball and you don't open that up, you got all these troubles on the table. But now, like, you hit that ball, you still got a little bit of work on the table, but the table isn't as bad. You know, now you can find a way to get that 5 to the side pocket after you make that 7. Then you got that 6 and 4 for options. You know, you got lots of room here to be able to get the finish on this rack. Just has to work it out, and of course you got to be focused. Try not to have any brain farts. Try not to celebrate a win before you get it. Those are some of the things that people do. They're already cashing in the check and they haven't even won the first game. Yeah, see, that's good. I don't like the fact that he pushed that 1 ball to the rail. That might become a problem in the long run, but I think it's okay. Like, if he was a novice player, I'd be worried for him. If he was an intermediate player, I would think, like, there's a small chance he can get into trouble. But if he's a knowledgeable player, then this is not a difficult table at all. A lot of this is about, I don't like this that he turned back to call it. But the ball's right by the pocket, so he should be all right. Because when he turned back to look at his opponent to tell him what he was calling, and then he turned back without resetting, that's the perfect setup for somebody to miss the shot. Your body's moved away from the lineup, and you know your alignment isn't the same. But because the ball was over the pocket, it made no difference. Now, if that ball was like, say, a shot that had to go, you know, anything 12 inches to the pocket, and it was a back cut of some sort, and he did that, there's a good chance that he might have missed that shot. But he's good here. So I have to make sure he gets through on every shot, taking his time, which he's doing. Oh, he rolled this one up. I don't think you wanted to do that, man. That's the pressures, right? One of the things I'll tell you right now is that when he was looking at the shot to the corner, the one that he just made, he was also facing my live on air sign. And this is a player that hasn't really been on my streams before, so for him, that's like it's like a reminder that he's on the stream. Where most players kind of already used to it being on the stream around me, so when they get on the stream, they just play their game. And when they look at the sign, they don't usually get nervous, but if they're feeling nervous and they look at the sign, they get more nervous. It's the purpose of the sign. I did the sign because I wanted people to know, like, hey, we're live on air, man. So other people that are walking around didn't walk into the stream or anything like that. But at the same time, it was to test the players mentally, right? Because every time they look at the live on air, you have to be reminded that you're on the stream. And now if you're under pressure, this is one of the best growing strategies for your game, right? Because you're going to learn how to deal with real pressure. It's a little funny here on the 8-ball, but it's a finishing 8-ball, so he'll just make it and shake some hands. 56 minutes into the match, and the 8-ball is going in. I knew that already because he's a closer. 7-1, the final score. And we do have another table set up. This one right here. But there's no match going there either. So we're going to go knock on the door of the organizers and beg them for some action, right? I think that's about right. What do I got for you guys? I don't have anything. Oh, man. I actually don't have anything. Why not? I usually have like videos or something loaded up, but I don't have anything here. Do I have my top 12? I got two things here. Let's see what this one is.
For you to be able to develop the best game that you have in your...
Oh, this is a crazy cut from last time.
Future.
Yeah.
Oh, a nice little shot from Terry there. Little gutsy.
What's this one? Oh, this is another nice shot. Straight to the pocket. Edge to edge. Oh, that's all I had. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. I'll be right back. I'm going to go get us some action, man.
That's when I was gonna change my mind and I thought.
right, so I was told that we're waiting for matches to conclude so we can get the next round of matches going. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to try to find us another table, man. Like, we only have 2 tables here for the TV table, but I can go further back to another table. I'm going to try to do that. It might be funny looking, but I just want to fill in the gap because other than that, I got to stop the stream and there's just too much extra, you know? Give me a second here. Try to make things happen for us. I should program this. Give me a second. So I'm just going to do a little bit of calibrating here and give me a minute and we'll resume coverage from a matchup that's just in front of us here. It doesn't look the best. It really doesn't, but maybe I can fix that. Like, I'm a bit of a perfectionist, man. I call myself OCD, but my wife says I'm not OCD. No, I didn't hope. No. I have to do it with the remote. All right, so we'll do it like this, I guess, and yeah, man. Take this down. And we'll set up the scoreboard here. I think this is Daryl Lequette playing. Sorry for the angle. It's the best I can do because it's, you know, off from the angles that I set up originally. Daryl Lequette. Daryl Lequette, where are you? So the quarterfinals are getting set up here. They're almost there. Oh, this match is close to being done, depending if Daryl can finish his table right now. I'll put up the scoreboard for you guys anyway. Okay.
Good?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Scott, I didn't tell Scott that tables 9 and 10 were going to be the TV cameras.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have to play around with some of the tables.
Yeah.
But I can move these two here. These are both A-side.
Quarters, yeah.
Both quarterfinal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just looking at the draw. Okay. Oh, they're scheduled for 4. So a half hour from now. Okay, well, right now I got it on that match, but Daryl's on the hill. He's about to close out. Then I got no other match. Yeah. I have one camera set up for each table. So, like, if that one's going and this one and that one finishes and this one going, then I'll just switch over, right? But, yeah. All right. Daryl Lequette. 6. Throw Musso 2. And these guys even? I think they are even. Should be. I'm pretty sure it's race to 7. All right, so we'll put the timer on just because. I'm sorry for the crooked angle. This is not the way I normally set up a stream. It's not that bad. I mean, it's somewhat noticeable, but for me to fix this, I would have to literally move the tripod, and then the camera is calibrated for the other table, the other TV table. So then if I switch back to that TV table, I got to recalibrate that. So it's just too much. So I'll just leave it a little bit crooked, get over my OCD, and hopefully you guys don't have that same problem. Mr. Timothy Bone warming up on the table behind. Working his stroke, getting his cue ball action going. Bit of a challenging shot here. Oh, I thought he was going for the combo. That's the problem about the distance. You know, like I can't see anything on that table other than what I'm seeing on the screen. To me, it looked like he was lining up for a combo there. I'm thinking crazy, man. Like, how do you play shape for a combo? He obviously didn't, but it felt like he was. Yeah, he's a good player, so he's going to try to get back into this match. Made a little bit of an error there, speed error. He's right on the ball. He's got to jack up his cue, yeah. And they have a rule now, as long as you jack up your cue, it's not a foul. Oh, and he missed the shot. Oh, man. Daryl Laquette, chance to get into the quarterfinals. A-side quarterfinals. Looks like he's just playing safe here. Smart. If you're a good jumper, this isn't that challenging, but smart. I know a lot of players would have tried to bank there, but the bank wasn't quite on. I mean, you could have forced it in, but it wasn't a natural bank anyway. He's going to swerve this one, looking for a masse. He's going to get a good hit. Tough shot now. Oh, what a shot. He said it wasn't supposed to go in. And now it's funny because like he called it just in case, but he wasn't trying to make it. And now he's trying to make it, and we'll see if he can. Usually it's a reverse. Yeah, it's always a reverse, man. But he played that as a two-way. He was more or less looking for the position on the cue ball. And he's left a bank to the side here. Chance for Daryl to get in the match a little bit closer in the match anyway. Down by 4 right now. That's surprising. I didn't think he would try the reverse to the corner. I thought he would go bank side there. Oh, the closeout's there now. Might have to make that cue ball go around table a little bit. I'm just going to hold the position there with a little bit of draw. Angle's so deceiving from this far. And so usually when the angles are deceiving from the camera, because I'm close to the table, I can still see what's going on. But from this far, I can't see what's going on, man. 7-2. He had a chance. He definitely had a chance. And we're going to have a quarterfinal starting up right away. So the next matches we got going is Terry BEAULIEU against Morris Scott. Errol Cameron against Joey BEAULIEU. That's going to be our 2 matches that we got. And they're going to be some pretty good matches. Let's see. We just had... Maybe we'll have Errol Cameron and Joey BEAULIEU. That'll be a good matchup. We'll put them on the main table. Errol Cameron. And this one should be a straight race. I wonder what I should do here. I don't see the players coming this way, but I'll go find out. What's up, Mike Mckinney? Says, hey, Rod, on Facebook. Shane Taylor says, hey, Rod, how you doing, man? Says, glad you're feeling better. Enjoy your weekend. I'm so happy to be around pool right now. Yeah, I'm definitely going to enjoy it, man. All right, I'm going to find out about these matches. All right, so it's Terry Beaulieu, Morris, Scott. That's what it's going to be. They had pre-scheduled matches, and from those pre-scheduled matches, people were just leaving because they figure, well, I don't have to be back till 4, for example. But matches going a bit faster than expected, so it's going to be Morris Scott. He's a pretty good player too. I think there's going to be a 1-game spot here, maybe 2. I'll find out right away. Two-game spot. Oh, they're playing on the other table. They're playing on this table. Clock will start once they break. 2-game difference between these guys. Might be a big spot here. Rack number 1, Terry Beaulieu to break. Clock has started. A big smash and break on that one. Looks like the 15's trying to make the pocket. Is going to come up just short. 1 ball is right tucked into that 13 ball, leaving only the 1 ball as an option for Morris Scott. Good news is you got an easy start with that 1 ball. Bad news is you got to do a little bit of work here because the 2 and the 3 are tied up in a bad spot. It's got a nice angle here to maybe open up that 2 ball, but there wouldn't really be many escape shots after that. That would have been a good opportunity to create an angle on the 7 to break out that 3 ball, but with the line that he's got here, he's going to have to play something different. Oh, a bit of a 2-way here. You can make the shot on the 2 ball to the top left corner, break out the 3 ball at the same time. Needs to have a follow-up shot on the 3 or the 4 because that's the only balls that he's got left on the table now, if he makes the 2. Which he did not. He did open up the 3 ball. He would have had a shot for the follow-up too. Perhaps that's why he missed the shot because he was making sure to get the shape. The way he's turning the table over to Terry, who's going to take a look at this table and see what he can do here. For sure, he's got an opening shot on the 9 or the 13. But he's looking at the bottom of the table because that's where all the work is at. I thought he might have tried to drop back a little bit there to try to get onto that 15 ball, but I don't think he's seen the opportunity because the 15 ball is slightly ahead of that 11 ball, so it is potable, but you have to be perfect on it. Forcing the cue ball through on this one. Calling the 15 ball. That was going to be tough, mainly because he had to hold position for that 10 ball. And he did have the position, but he missed the shot because of it. Definitely make the shot to the corner. Needs to set up for the 14 to the side. Oh, he was just calling a safety. I thought he could make that pass a 3, but I guess not. Smart decision, though. I mean, he took that 3 away. That takes all the breaks away from the 7, from the 4 ball. And that's the only ball that's left on the table for Morris. He's got no choice but to hit it. Touch, perfect little touch. Still going to leave options on the table here for Terry, but he didn't break out the 8 ball, which is the important thing. The only downfall in this whole plan is that the 15 ball, sorry, I was going to say 14, that the 15 ball is so close to that 8 ball that he can probably break it out from there, but I don't think he's going to approach it that way. Yeah, this is no good. It doesn't help him out. He might have to actually take that 15 ball just so he can create an angle for this 14 to be able to break out the 8 ball. Playing smart. Good balance to his game today. I remember when I first started playing pool, people used to complain about safeties whenever I played safeties, and I was like, what do you mean, man? Like, everybody I play against, you know, they play safeties at me. It's part of the game. But guys used to like make fun of me and stuff. They're like, oh, what are you scared of, man? Blah, 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 blah. So I used to be one of those superheroes too that used to do like the 3 rail kick shots, the 4 rail banks, the masse shots, you know, the jump shots around the back, between the legs. Never that bad. But honestly, like, things change as you move up in the world. I don't know why, man, but I think it's because you just start, like, the more you lose, eventually you have to realize that you're losing for certain reasons. And then you start paying attention to them. Eventually that leads to you changing your game for the better. But one of the hardest things for pool players to do is to admit that they're not very good, that they need help, that there's things they can't do at the table, because, you know, it's a pride game, right? So you have a lot of pride, and trust me, man, I see it all the time. All right, so the first rack's in. 6 minutes for that one. This is to get into the East Side semifinals now. Pack number 2 is a nice smash. He made a ball off the break, and he's got a decent spread. It's not bad. I'm thinking we're going stripes here. I don't know if I like the 10 ball. That's what he's looking at right now, too. That would probably be my biggest concern other than the 11 ball. Everything else is open, though. Yeah, so that was the one that I wasn't sure about, but he just got it out of the way. And this one is the other one that I wasn't sure about, but it looks to me like he might be able to cheat this off the cushion, off the 3 into the pocket. He might try that right now. He's got the lineup for it. Just made the call. Needs to come off the 3 off the edge of it. The bottom edge of it. Yeah, nice shot, man. He's got the shot on that 12 ball now with a good angle. No, he missed it just to force the cue ball over. Huge mistake. Wide open table here for Terry to steal the second game. It should have been a 1-1 matchup. Doesn't really have any tough situations here. He's just trying to figure out the right pattern. Looks like he's picked his spots. Taking the 5 ball on now. Should be able to come across easily for the bottom solids, the bottom left corner solids. It'd be great if he can find a shot onto that 6 ball right away, which he could have maybe played from the 5, but he's trying to be patient here. If you're gonna, well, I guess you gotta open up that 4 ball, or take that 4 ball out to open up that 6 ball, I mean. Some spin going on this one here. If those 2 balls on the right side weren't sitting against the cushion, you can play the cue ball with some spin to get around. But because those balls are there, that means he has to play this with some inside spin and 4-stroke this to be able to get below the 6 ball or above in our screen, I guess. Yeah, that's what he was trying to play, but the way it worked out is that there wasn't enough through stroke on it, so the spin didn't take the reaction that it should have. And so changed the angle on him. He would have a tough shot on the 6 ball. Has to hit it. That's all he's got to do. I don't think he hit a rail. I can't tell these guys these things anyway, but I don't think he hit a rail. And a good shot there on the 6. Perfect weight for the lineup on the 8. Off to a good start on this one. Kind of the same thing of the last match that he played. Got off to a quick start, never looked back. Chance to be able to make a third game here on his break. He'll be breaking next in rack number 3. We do have that other match going, by the way, on the other table right here. It's Earl Cameron against Joey BILLIEU. Take a little glance at things before we move back to the other table. This one is a straight race to 7, so good chance that we're going to be able to come back right at the crucial point of the match when they're getting down to the last few racks. Terry's ready to go on this one. Also, we'll flip the table or the camera back to this one. Rack number 3. See if he puts that extra power in there. He does. Usually when he does that, cue ball always ends up scratching, but that time it curved away from the side pocket. And he made a ball. Had a good cut. Decent speed, too. He's got lined up here for the side pocket. Got to push through the line here. Got himself funny. Yeah, he's got to do a little bit of head scratching. Gonna switch over to the other table for a second here. Errol's on the black ball. Opening frame against Joey BILLIEU. Think he can go to the side, but he was looking at this like he was gonna do something tricky. Now it looks like he's gonna go just straight to the side. Yeah, it's all pocket there. So he'll take that first game in that race to 7 matchup against Joey. Not sure what the plan was there because both the 10 or the 11 don't go to the corner. Or maybe he was trying to open him up and he just missed it. He's in a tough spot here, though. I don't think that 15 ball goes anywhere either. didn't think you could make that shot. Oh, it's a nice one. Nice little setup here too for the finish. So has to keep his cool going. So far he's cool, calm, and collective. Oh man. Decide to shift over to the right side of the 8-ball. Didn't have to do that, man, but because he did, he missed the shot. And the main reason why he missed the shot is not so much because he went that way, it's because he didn't take the time to reset. He thought about everything as he was down, looking at the shot to shoot. So there was no reset, and body gets lined up the wrong way, and you know there's all sorts of stuff going on when you do that. So now he's gonna have to pay the price. He's hooked. He has to come back in. Only ball that's available is tied up to the 3. That's the only problem ball for his opponent. So he's been set in a trap. Let's see if he takes the bait or if he tries to create some mistakes here for his opponent by making a mess of the table somehow. Hit the ball, but it's going to be a foul. Just the 8 to the side to take a 3-game lead and a race to 7. There was a 2-game spot between these guys, so technically right now it's supposed to be like a 1-0, right? But it's 3-0 on the board, so it has more effect as far as how your opponent's feeling right now. They're feeling like they're down 3, but technically they're only down 1. And I don't know if you guys like to play the mental game with your opponent, but you know, if you do, this is a good time to play a mental game with your opponent. Let him think about it. And this rack's one that matters the most, because if Morris gets on the board here, he's gonna look at this score like, well, I'm down by 2, and technically I have a 2-game spot, so we're good. And if Terry makes it, well, that's gonna put some pressure on Morris to be able to perform and get back on the board as quickly as he can. That might open up some mistakes and make this into a one-sided match. One thing we know for sure is that Terry's been the most disciplined player in this matchup so far. He's played the right shots at the right time, creating the opportunities that he's created for him to be able to get on the board 3 times so far. And I'll be right back. I just came back. I'm assuming this is still the same rack, but you guys can let me know if it's a different rack and if the score is different now. But I don't want to bother them in the middle of the rack. CJ, how you doing, man? Says Hot Rod, how you been? I've been better, man. Had a rough November, a rough December. Health, fighting health the whole time and blood disorder and being hospitalized in and out, but I'm doing much better, man. My blood is still, a situation, but it's going in the right direction. Numbers have been going in the right direction for some time now. What table? Right behind? Okay. I gotta go watch a shot. I'll be right back. All right, so I'm pretty sure Terry won that one. Then. Makes it 4-0. But yeah, no, I'm doing much better, CJ. Appreciate for you asking me, man. Spent most of November in the hospital, half of December in the hospital, and then now I've been out since Christmas Eve, so it's been quite some time since I've stayed away from being hospitalized, and the numbers are going good, and I'm dealing with treatments, but that's part of the process, so things are in a positive direction so far. Terry's at 4 now. Thank you, Debbie Cornell. Appreciate that. Bruce Jensen, my man, how you doing? Says hello, Rod. Welcome to the stream, man. And John Hool says ball in hand. That was earlier, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure, man. It looked like it to me anyway. But that's it's your obligation to pay attention to it, right? If you don't pay attention to it and something happens like that, it's your fault, nobody else's, right? It goes to the shooter. Maggie McGrath says, hey, Rod, thanks for bringing the stream again. Yeah, you're welcome. Thanks for tuning in, Maggie. It's been a while. Hope you're doing good. Rod Newfield, glad you're back streaming. Hi, Rod. Hey, did you just send me a friend request? I thought we were friends already for some reason, but did you just send me a friend request? Because if you did, just say yes, and I'll accept it. Sometimes I'll take people's friend requests, and I don't really know if it's legit or not, so I'll wait for like a couple of days, see if they post, or I go to their profile and kind of skim through and see if they're like posting all the time, or if it's just once in a while. One of the red flags is when like they don't post ever, but everybody else is posting and tagging them. Usually those kind of people I don't accept because it's more room for spam, more room for, whatever. And I already lost, okay, I'll accept it, man. I lost a Facebook account already somehow. And that one hurt, man. Like now if I lose this one, it probably hurt too. But the last one I lost was painful because it was, years of work that just all went away. Very unfortunate. There we go, man. I confirmed. So we're going to have a bit of a situation here. I'm not sure how we're going to solve the situation. But Facebook has been a pain in the ass for quite some time now. They changed the algorithm into a way where no more than one person can stream at a time on our page. And that never used to be a problem. So, because we used to be able to, like, if 3 of us wanted to stream at the same time, we all streamed. There was no issues. But since Facebook started erasing streams after 30 days, they changed the algorithm in a way where, like, it just blocks people from being able to stream on there. So my problem right now is that I'm getting message from CCS from my partners. They're covering the CCS event in BC, and so when I went onto the stream, I guess they weren't on the stream because it just let me in. So I assumed that we were okay, that things were working like they used to work. But I just got a message saying, "Hey man, like we're streaming out here, and you might have to get off the page." So this is creating a problem, which I'm not sure how I'm gonna fix it, man. But so last time, what happened was I ended up streaming on my personal page because it says Q Sports Live Manitoba on there anyway, so it's a Q Sports Live stream. But it's not something I really like because I know most of the people tune in to watch on our page and not through my page. But there's a lot of people that tune in to watch me all the time on Q Sports Live that do follow me or have added me on Facebook as a friend, and they watch the streams or whatever I do on my own personal page. So a lot of you guys are still going to be able to watch that. But for the people that don't follow me all the time, if you're actually enjoying the coverage and you're really enjoying the way I do my commentary, the only way you're going to be able to watch it is by finding me on Facebook. And I got to figure out how we're going to work this out. To me, what makes sense to make things work out is that, we share the time, right? So, like, you stream from this time to that time, I'll stream from this time to that time, and we do it like that, so that way, whatever, right? And then when it comes to Sunday on the championship match, then we just have to make sure that our times don't conflict, right? So, like, let's say they have the A-side final, I have the A-side final, that would be a problem. But likely it's not going to be like that. So I don't know. I'm trying to figure out how to work it out. But if by any chance, I end up getting pushed out of Q Sports Live and I can't stream on there throughout this weekend, which I hope that's not the way it works. I already did that once for these guys to accommodate, and I'm hoping they don't do that again to me. But you can find me on Facebook under Rada Regatta Q Sports Live, one word, space, Manitoba. And the picture is not because I'm trying to brag that I went to Las Vegas. It's because that's my profile pic. So you're looking for this profile pic with my name, Roddy Regatta. If you find those two, that's me. Add me. I do all sorts of events, not just pool, man. Like I do community events, sporting events, concerts, talent shows. There's not much I don't do. And I usually stream everything all the time. On my Facebook, and then on my YouTube channel. Which my YouTube channel, you can find the link for the YouTube channel on the post, on the write-up of the post. It will say YouTube live stream can be found at. Then you click on that, you'll find me, and then you can just subscribe to the YouTube channel. That's the fastest way to find me. But if you're lazy, complicated, and want to make things harder, oops, I gotta bring that up. I don't know why that worked out like that. Bring it up like that. Rada Regatta /CSL Manitoba. That's how you find me, okay? On YouTube. Subscribing to the YouTube channel helps huge. Way more than if you follow me on Facebook, because obviously, like, if I'm not going to be able to stream on Facebook, you're not really following me no more. But on YouTube, you're definitely following me, and there's no conflict on who can stream where because it's my own page, my own channel. Originally, when we first started this journey together with Q Sports Live back in 2018, just before COVID hit, by the way, I originally wanted to create my own page. I wanted to have Q Sports Live Manitoba page. And my partners decided that it wasn't a good idea. They wanted to keep everything together, all on the same page, because that's just the way they wanted it, right? But at the time, we didn't have this issue. Now we have this issue. So I'm not sure if it makes sense for me to even stream on there no more, because like if I'm streaming right now and these guys are kicking me off, I'm not really streaming on there no more, right? And it's something that, like, we're not trying to have conflict amongst each other. We're definitely not. But it's the way that it's going because of the algorithm. So we have to figure out a way to make this work. And unfortunately, it's not much that we can do other than try to talk to each other and figure this out. So if you're one of the people that watched the CCS event and you're thinking, hey man, like why am I watching this now? I'm sorry. I came out to stream the event. They asked me to come out to stream the event, and the main perspective of why they asked you to come out to stream the event is so it can be on Q Sports Live, so you guys can enjoy it, right? So When I came in today, I went onto the stream, and honestly, I thought like maybe this thing was removed because I was able to stream, and I assumed those guys were streaming. I didn't check on the stream to see if they were streaming or not. But I know that when they stream, they usually stream all day long, right? So, but for me, like it just started, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna go with it. And then I did my first 2 matches, and then I got a message saying, hey man, you know, we're trying to stream out here. We might have to kick you off the page. And not like they're trying to kick me off the team, but they're just saying like, you know, they need me to not stream so they can stream, which I guess is the same, but in a friendly way. You're not fired, you're just laid off. I mean, I could get fired. I was going to say, I can't get fired because I'm my own boss, but I guess I could get fired from Q Sports Live and just not be a partner of theirs. But, you know, that's okay, I guess, because then I could always partner up with somebody else or go off on my own too, which I'm okay with that. But the reason why I stay loyal to Q Sports Live is because we've been on this journey together since 2018, all of us, like not just me and my partners, but you guys, the viewers. And so, you know, throughout COVID and the couple years that followed after that, it was really tough. You know, a lot of people were very limited. A lot of people didn't want to go out and all that kind of stuff. But for me, like I pushed through, man. I rented a table. I streamed in my garage so everybody can like still watch streams while everybody was in lockdown. I spent a lot of time teaching people on my stream when I was doing that. I can't remember what I called it now. I think I called it, oh man, I had a really tricky name for it too. Because it was a pun on COVID, right? So like I even had like a toxic sign on there, and oh man, I can't remember what I called it, but it was pretty cool. Anyways, so I rented a table for a few months or whatever, and that was that. Then eventually COVID got lifted, and as soon as COVID got lifted, I was allowed to go back into work, and so I started working, man. Did everything I could to like, you know, keep the page going throughout the dead time, throughout the hard times. And that kind of went on for that first 2 years after COVID. I was the main guy that was streaming like every week. I was streaming every Saturday, every Sunday, sometimes every Thursday, right? Like, so for me, like I invested a lot of time into this, and I sacrificed a lot of time into our page to, you know, help our team succeed and get further. And so we were still relevant, but I don't know. I think that's the only commitment I really have is the fact that, you know, I invested so much into it, and I don't think I really want to, you know, partner up with anybody else. But if this is the way it's going to be, then I might have to find that option. Or go off on my own, because if I go off my own, I don't have to worry about like stuff like that, like who's streaming when and whatnot. The problem about this is not just today or the last time. It's the fact that it happened last time and it's happening again today. So that means it's going to happen again, right? And let's say we get into the busy months of pool, like April, May, June. Now, like, how do we balance that, right? If I go at an event that's, you know, a 10-day event and these guys got to stream on a weekend, then what happens, right? Do they have priority? Do I have priority? And then how do the organizations feel about the fact that, you know, they want to have everything on Q Sports Live and now they're not? So this is all the problem. That's probably what these guys are dealing with right now out there in BC too, man. So don't get me wrong. I'm thinking about them also. I'm not an unfair guy, right? So, but the only reason I'm talking about is because there's a good chance that we're probably going to have to, you know, get off here and then go onto my own personal page. That means I'm going to have to apologize to the organizers here because this is a memorial for their loved one that they just lost. And I'm sure, like, for them, they're just happy to have, you know, me here and streaming, and everybody's happy to have me here because everybody said hi and welcome me and big smiles and all that. You know, I haven't been doing much work since November, so as far as pool anyway. But if in their hearts they were trying to honor their dad by having this event on Q Sports Live, then technically I'm being forced to let them down and disappoint them. And the only reason I would budge is because, like, I still have my own personal page, so, you know, whatever. If you really want to follow the action, you really will enjoy the streams that I do and the coverage that I give, then you would just come there and follow from there or watch from there. When I went out to do the CCS events, every time, because I went out to do, for sure I did 2 CCS events. And even when I did ACS in the States, I used their pages. right? I still had my logo, I still had Q Sports Live, everything, so I was still able to promote, but I was going through their pages, right? So that's not as bad because at least the organization is getting the coverage they want. It's still Q Sports Live, you know, and it works out for everyone. But this situation is different because now I'm saying, like, it's like me going live on my phone. That's the way I feel about it by people going to my own personal page. However, if this is a move that I'm going to do and switch over and just not stream on Q Sports Live anymore, then I guess my personal page will become my streaming page. So I'll make it an official streaming page. But I'll figure that out after this weekend because, you know, once I talk to my partners and we decide if this is going to work out, that's when it's going to make the decision for me. Tough situations, right? And I mean, this is the hard thing about it is because, like, if we were all able to stream, nobody would care. It wouldn't even be a problem. So Facebook, I know the algorithm listens to everything. I hope you're listening to this and you understand that you're not supporting creators. You act like you're supporting creators, but you're destroying creators with your algorithm. First, you take down the streams after 30 days. Second, you don't let more than one person stream on a page. If it's a group or if it's a page, you should be allowed to have as many people that are admins or mods on there to stream. If it's a personal Facebook page, then yeah, only one person should be able to stream because it's personal, right? But organizations like Q Sports Live, you know, there's multiple people that stream on here. We shouldn't be restricted. And Facebook sucks because they just do all these changes. There's no way you can get a hold of them, talk to them, and say, hey, listen, man, like, can you talk to your support team? Because, you know, we need some help here. This is not working for us. They don't care. They just change the law, and that's it. Or algorithm, I should say, not the law. It feels like the law because they try to control your life that way. Oh, man. Another brain fart at the wrong time. Man, he's not going to get lucky. He's left the 6-ball. It's all about the shape, he says. Anyways, the only reason, like I said, I'm bringing this all up is because there's a good chance that I'm probably going to have to get off this page and go onto my own. And there's some of you that wanted to watch this and enjoy the great competition all weekend. And if you don't find it on Q Sports Live, then you got to find me on my page. But I'm hoping that my partners and I can work something out where we just work out times. Okay, so from this time to this time, I stream on there. From this time to that time, you stream on there. That makes the most sense. Well, he's doing what he did in the last match. Walking through it. 6-0. He's on the hill. And going for the kill on his break, just like last game, last match. Lots of sacrifices into being a part of Q Sports Live, I'll tell you that much. Lots of time sacrifice too from family and all that. These are the reasons why I kind of stay committed to the cause. Plus, I really enjoy being a part of Q Sports Live. I always felt like we were going to make a difference as a team and that we were going to do some great work. I know I tried my best to represent Q Sports Live as best as I could over the years as I worked. Put in hard work on all my presentations, my stream, highlight videos, everything that I've done. Highlight videos, though, were more about myself, personal, because I have a lot of passion for pool, and when I see everybody come play on the streams and they make these amazing shots, I want to give them credit for it, you know. So for me, like, I do these highlight videos for events, and I don't charge extra. I never do. One thing I can say about myself when you hire me is that I never charge extra for the highlights. I always spend as many hours as I can working. I almost never take breaks. I almost never eat. And sometimes I barely sleep. I've been, especially last year in November while I was being hospitalized, I put myself in dangerous situations with my health, even just because I just love pool so much and I want to do the work that I do. But I never even thought about it, man. For me, I was just like, yeah, you know, Q Sports Live, I'm going to stream, and I love my work, and I'm all passion, baby, you know, so it's the way I've always been. Anyways, I'm going to stop talking about myself because I've been doing it, and Terry's about to close out here. We're going to switch over to the match between Joey and Errol right away. I'll find out what the score is and update it. Yeah, lots of chances to get back in the match, but a couple of brain farts here and there costed him those racks. In the end, Terry walks out with a 7-0 score. And the other match has been going for the same amount of time, so we'll just keep the timer going, and we'll switch tables over here real quick. Put up the score for these guys. I got to look into the CompuSport to find it. It should be a straight race to 7. So the names on the scoreboard have been updated. I just got to find out what the score is, which I'm going to find out in a second. How you liking the sound, by the way? So I have these like really expensive headsets and all sorts of tools for like to be able to communicate. But I decided to go back to my first mic because I don't know, there was a connection that this mic, my voice, and pool had that it's hard to explain, but it just felt like it was the most connected. When I switched over to headsets, which is a little bit more convenient for, you know, getting around and, you know, talking, it didn't have the same effect. And I went with it because it's just the convenience and lazy. But I never liked it. And then over the last couple of streams that I did, you know, people were like, the sound. So I said, you know what? Like, it's not my mixer, it's not my cords. It's got to be the headsets, you know. And even though they're expensive, like one of them was only like $400, but the other one was $1,500, right? So it's supposed to be really good. They just don't produce the sound that you're looking for. So I said, I'm going to go back to my old mic. And this mic is a mic from like the 1980s. It's a classic, man. It's a real, true classic made of steel. Like you can throw this through a window and it'll probably go through the house too. Like a ninja star. It's just crazy the way they made this. Oh, look at this shot. He's so good at these kick shots, but he's going to miss that one. All right, so let's see. So these guys are at 3-2 for Joy. And I believe it's a straight race. I'll double check. Have you guys gone on CompuSport lately? They decided to include ads into their app, which I'm okay with ads. Not that I really want to watch them, but I'm okay with ads as long as you can close it and then go to where you're trying to go, right? Like if you go on YouTube, it'll say skip. I'm happy with that. If I had to listen to a really loud commercial for 30 seconds and then hit skip, not that big of a deal. But on CompuSport, for some reason, these guys decided that they're going to make it complicated because they're going to put an ad up. They're going to put an X so you can close it, but then your finger's not going to be able to close it. So the ad just stays there. And then you can't do anything with that ad. It just stays there. So the only thing you can do is close the app and start up again, and then the ad's gone. Really annoying, man. But it's their style. It says here, race to 7. Yeah, straight race, man. Let's go check out the chat. Anybody got anything to say? Rod says, thanks, Rod. I'm legit. Oh, I know you're legit now. You got a good name, by the way. You're blessed with an amazing name. You're supposed to say that when people got your same name, right? Calvin, how you doing? Says, hopefully you're able to get things hashed out in the near future. Yeah, hopefully, because it's not a battle between us. It's Facebook that's forcing us to get into the situations, right? So, great sound, Rod. Glad to hear you. Right on. How you doing, Peter Wood? Thanks for tuning in, man. As always. All right, so we got some comments here on YouTube. Sorry, I've been ignoring you guys because when I went to check, there's only a few of you guys on, but there's more people getting on there now. So, nice floor, says Bitwise, says jumped up, never leave one ball. Yeah, never, absolutely. Nice hit though, and it definitely was. I know which one you're talking about. Skunkle J, how you doing? Says, sup, Rod? Good to see you back, or good to see you're back. Yeah, man. Living the dream, baby. Living the dream. It's been a nightmare for a couple of months. We're tied at 3, and the battle is on here. These guys know each other really well, by the way. They played on the same team. They played against each other. And Errol's basically watched Joey grow up since he was a kid. I mean, he's still a kid. He's just more mature now because he's, playing more pool, and pool is cool. But yeah, no, so it's they know each other really well. There's going to be some really good competition on this one, and it's meaningful. Every time these guys play, it's meaningful. Not because they got any grudge or anything, because they know each other, and so it becomes kind of personal. Like, I'm going to win this match. Joey's going to come up dry on that one, and we're waiting for Earl to come back. I think he's just gone to get a drink. We'll switch over to this other table on the right. Not sure who the players are here. I recognize a face. Oh, he almost swerved on in there, man, off a bank. Crazy. I'm glad the sound is better. I don't know what it is, but like items from like, not all items, but anything that was electronic from like the 1980s till about almost mid 90s, I would say. Just incredible stuff. The way they made it was very durable. The power was really good. Some of the features that they had back then, you can't compare them to the features that are available now on some of those things. Earl's coming back now. Oh, I missed that 8-ball. And isn't that nice? He went to go grab a water because he was thirsty, and he grabbed his opponent, Joey, a water too. Trying to ease the tension. Put a little water on it. I feel like I should restart this clock for them because they technically started about maybe 10 minutes after these guys started, or 15 minutes, because these guys started about 3:45, and then Earl and Joey started about 4. So technically it's about 15 minutes off on the timer right now. Earl is more of a methodical player, so usually he plays a lot slower than most of these guys do out here. And Joey's a bit faster of a player. He's got more faster pace than the average player. But he used to get a lot of trouble because of that, And the last couple of times that I watched him play, it looks to me like he's slowed down his game. And players don't usually slow down their game until they lose enough. Eventually, you get sick of losing. Once you get sick of losing, you start doing things the right way because you don't want to lose no more. And then when you start doing things the right way and you start winning, you do more of that because you see the results. It's a process, right? And unfortunately for a lot of pool players, like you can't explain this to them so they can pick it up and just change. They literally have to go through the motions for them to understand the change, and that's what sets people back. For most of us that grew up playing pool, like what set you back was the lack of knowledge and the availability of the knowledge. You either bought a book or you went and paid somebody to teach you because, you know, internet wasn't a thing, YouTube really wasn't a thing. And then now, like, it's everything's out there, all information's out there. It's a lot faster to be able to learn how to play. But when it comes to the experience side of things and the maturity side of the pool, there's always an extra waiting time because you can't get that unless you're exposed to playing big competitions where you're feeling the pressure and learning from it, right? Learning your mental flaws and your pattern play, because a lot of times when you're losing on the table, it's either because you made a bad choice of a shot on a safety or a kick shot or whatever, or because your pattern play wasn't very good and you got yourself in trouble when you shouldn't have. Right? Given that sometimes that's because, you know, lack of knowledge, but I'm telling you, like, the way things are, man, once you lose enough, you start looking at yourself saying, well, I suck at banks, so I'm going to learn that. My jump is horrible. I can jump over the ball, but I never hit anything. I'm going to work on that. You know, and then you work on those two things, you come back and compete. Suddenly, you know, you come into, you know, a jump shot and you make it, and it was great, and, you know, you feel good because you practice it all week and you finally get that chance to try it out live in competition and you make it. You're like, oh, yeah, man. So next week, what are you doing? You're working on your jump shot again. Even though you just made the shot and you're good at it, you start telling yourself you want to be even better at it. And that's pool, right? That's how we get better. Looking for options. He's not going to stop where he wanted to stop. Going to be shooting over the ball now, which takes away a little bit of that angle that he was looking to get. Can still create the angle, but now he's at the mercy of whatever happens after contact. Oh my God, I just went to check out my Facebook. I put an update about, you know, how my health has been doing lately, because a lot of people have been asking me, like, hey man, how you doing? You know, what's going on with you, blah, blah, blah. So I decided to post it today to, like, let everybody know, hey man, I'm still alive. I'm still, you know, dealing with things, but I'm in a much better position now, kind of thing. And there's a lot of people that messaged here, so I gotta, at some point, get back to you. If you left a comment on my Facebook post, I apologize for not getting back to you. I try to be attentive to those things, right? So when somebody messages me, leaves a comment, I always try to get back to them as soon as I can. And if I don't, if you ever message me on Facebook or on text and I don't get back to you right away, it's usually because I'm working, I'm busy, and I can't get to you right now and answer what you want. And then eventually I'll get back to you. But sometimes I forget because I'm so busy. I really am, man. I mean, not just work-wise, but I got, you know, family, little ones, right? So especially my little one, man. She's 10 months old and she's a terror. Oh my God. That kid started crawling and walking and doing everything at 9 months. By 10 months, she's running around and now she spins and runs, and like, I don't even see a baby anymore. She went just straight from the womb to toddler. Kid is just advanced, man. But it's not a bad thing, right? Because, you know, I might have found my pool player. She seems to be that smart anyway. That dedicated too. Which you need to be dedicated if you want to be a good player. Stubborn also. Man, is she ever stubborn. And that's one of the number one rules if you're going to be a pool player. You got to be stubborn. And it's either naturally stubborn or you've been built stubborn because of all your exes that you kept trying to work things out with. That's the way I always explain pool. Pool is like, you know, going back to your ex 25 times after she screwed you over 25 times and you're still like, I need more. I love you. I'm telling you, because the happy moments are far and few in between. But trust me, when the happy moments come, when you win and when you run out, when you know, get to take home first place prize, those are beautiful moments, man. But it's not always like that. Unless you're a top player, then it's always like that for you, man. But for the average player, there's a lot of downs, more downs than ups, man. So I'm telling you, if you haven't been through like an abusive relationship at least once in your life, you're probably not going to make it too far as a pool player. But I love you. Oh, man. That's what it feels like. Oh, here, my partner Serena's here. Hi. How you doing?
Hey, you made it.
I was wondering if I was going to see you here.
Oh, yeah.
Right on.
I'm like, I thought I seen his live.
Yeah, they put me in the corner.
And then I went to one. I'm like, Shmei, he's not even up here. Where the hell did you see it? And I seen it up here. This is a good spot, though.
It is, yeah. Well, the idea was to keep people away from the tripods.
Yeah,
So now they're not walking by the tripods.
yeah,
I jokingly say that they put me in a tap mall because I'm too passionate, too violent about pool.
yeah.
But no, yeah, it's good. I like it. I do feel like I'm far away from everything, though. Whatever. It's good, though.
Oh, I'll have to come sit over here
Yeah,
after bring a chair.
I got lots of chairs here, just waiting for you.
Hey, okay.
I even got a second mic just waiting for you.
Yeah.
Serena, that's Wanda's sister. Wanda's one of the people that that's here honoring their dad, Danny. And Serena's a sister, and Serena came to the Swan Lake annual for a few years, and every year she's come out, she's always been like my sidekick, but she never wants to get on the mic. She always puts on a headset to listen, to hear like what's going on, because I think, watching pool is fun for her, but like having somebody commentate behind it makes it a lot better, more entertaining, more interesting for her. So she just sits down and listens to it, right? Instead of watching on the phone, you can watch it straight on your eyes with your eyes and just listen to the commentary right beside you. So I bugged her last time. I was like, well, you know what? It's, you're gonna, next time you come out, we're gonna put you on the mic. And she got all like a little bit like nervous, right? Like, oh no. But I was like, no, you got to do it, man. And, she's right there, so you might as well say some words. We'll see if she gets the courage to get on the mic today. But if she does get on the mic, take it easy on her, all right, guys? She's a good person, and I don't know if she's a great pool player or not, because I don't think I've ever seen her play. But she's always here to support the event with the family, and she's just a great person, man. Well, he didn't really want him get into a position where he's at right now, so he's not happy about this. Still okay, though. Still has some opportunities. The only problem here is that position is going to be a lot tougher. Oh, and I forgot to update the score. So in a crucial race to 7, Errol will take the hump game, gets over the hump. He's at 4. And Joey trying to tie things up. Now, he wasn't happy about the way he lost the cue ball, but it looks like he might have a chance here at the 1. He's calling it. Oh, man, he missed it. He's not happy about that, especially because he's basically opened up all the stripes here. The only one that can get himself into trouble now is Errol. He's got a lead, though, and I'm telling you, this guy's a really, really good player. When he's in positions like this where he can take a lead and then close out, he usually gets in it. And he's got a good chance to get in it now. Uh-oh, losing the cue ball here. That was not part of the plan. He wedged into the 2 ball in a way where he took away all the shots from the bottom right corner. He's forced to play the 14 ball. The only good news about this is that if he makes the shot, he's going to still be at the table. But unfortunately, the plan has changed, and he's forced to deal with positional play. Looking for the perfect window. I believe he was playing shape for the 15 ball, but he's got openings here for that 10 ball, which is not really a problem, but because it's leaning so close to the 11 ball, it can be something that becomes a problem once you make it. And usually when that kind of stuff is up, a player usually wants to clear that out just in case if there's any issues after. Then you can deal with it earlier, and there's more options to be able to get to figure it out. If you leave it to the end, then usually you don't have anything, or you got to come up with a great shot. Yeah, so that's what happened there. You just kind of recognize it was a good opportunity to take it on. But I believe he was originally playing shape for that 15 ball. Nice shot. I think the 15 ball actually was not what he was trying to play for. And the only reason why I think that is because I'm looking at the table now and I realize that the 8 ball only goes to the side pocket. So if you're not going to break it out, that means that you have to play the 15 ball last. And I'm not sure why he stunned the angle there. I guess he's thinking about just playing to the left side of the table here to make that 15 in the top left corner instead. But I thought if you just stopped the cue ball there, you would have the perfect angle to make the 13 and come right back down. Then you had the easy 15 to the bottom left. Oh, he's going to play it through and play the same way anyway. All right. I was wondering why he went through, so maybe he just lost cue ball control there. Just went a little further than expected. Here he's got to be careful, but if you put some right-hand spin, it'll kill the angle. Oh, it must go past the 6. When I'm looking at it, see, if you guys look at it here, maybe it goes for you guys, but for me, when I'm looking for my angle, it doesn't go. But obviously it goes because he played the shape for it. And he's not a average player. He's a high-level player. 5-3. He's got a 2-game lead and a race to 7. Needs 2 more to win. Joey BEAULIEU looking for some action on this one. Would like to settle the score, make it a 1-game difference. What's up, Jason Musso on Facebook? Welcome to the stream. Mr. Peter Wood, my ass still hurts from the ass whooping you gave me back in BC. Pretty nice spread here. This is a really, really nice break. Of course, there's going to be a little bit of work. There usually is, but a very nice spread for sure. Just calling the 5. Okay, so he played that combo in order to get straight on the 7 ball. Can make the 2 ball in the other corner on the top left. He's looking at that option right now. From there, he can stun over to the bottom of the table. He's gotten against the rail, so he can't stun over anymore. He just has to settle for a straight through shot. It's all about the pace. He can actually clear this right through off the cushion and back to the middle. Yeah, that's better. That's the right way to play the shot. He didn't get the position he wanted, but that's just the speed of the table. On a fast-paced table, he was perfect. That was the key there to open up that 3-ball. Yeah, his pace has slowed down pretty good. I mean, he still shoots a little fast, but it's slowed down quite a bit from his usual pace. Key shot coming up here. Natural line takes him straight up to the middle. All you gotta really do is put a little bit of left and topspin. Play a little bit of right just to control the line. And that still works. He's got no worries here as far as scratching. Just has to make the shot. He's gonna make it. Oh man, he got close to that side pocket. Nice little break and run there from Joey. Down by 1. Oh yeah, and I forgot I got this too. It was a run out. Game difference. That means we got a battle. Sorry if I scared your cat, bro. I forgot. I was supposed to give you warnings. I just remember that as I played, I was like, oh yeah, the cat. Got a good friend of mine, good brother of mine that watches the streams all the time, and he's not on Facebook. He's a YouTube guy. I guess he just doesn't care for Facebook. But he watching it, and I guess on Facebook or on YouTube, you got to watch out for 2 things. One is commercials because the ads always turn up loud, and 2 is my gunshots. They're very loud too. Tried to get that opened up, but he just missed the breakout. Can still make it happen after this 6 ball by getting onto the 1 with some angle. Played that a bit too fast, I think. Didn't really think it out. Left himself over the top, shooting over the ball. Oh, and he still managed to break that out. Nice shot, man. Shooting over top of the ball, too. That's really tough to do. But he's been playing some good competitive pool for some time now. He always wanted to be a good player and one of the top players here. But he wanted it too much when he first started out. And the problem was when he first started out, like everybody's on his case about how good he is. So it takes a lot away from like that hunger, right? Because you feel like you're already there. But then every time he played, he was, not getting those results that he was looking for. So in time, he started, saying, okay, well, the only thing I can do here is just keep going through it and just try better and try harder. And so that's what he did for a while. Then that didn't work. So he said, okay, well, I'm going to slow things down a little bit more and see if I can figure things out by, working it out slowly. And that's changed his game for the better. Just missed that shot to the corner, though. But he was in tough on it, too. He was just super lucky to get on it, to be honest. That was a nice breakout. Like he's shooting over top of the ball. You can see some of the ball, though, but to get that spin to go through when you're shooting over the ball, that's so tough to do. What's up, Tracy? How you doing? This ain't no giveaway. I mean, if you look at the table here for the stripes, there's really not a whole lot of opportunity. If you were to get the perfect shape on the 10 ball, you can kind of open things up there with that 14 and 15. 13 is decent because at least it goes to the side pocket. So that's about the only option you really got for that 13 ball. It does go to the bottom right if you remove that 7, but with that 7 there, I think it's tough to go off the rail off the 7, so I don't think that shot's available, which puts you back to the side pocket. I'm not sure. My wife's sending me messages. I have no idea why she's sending me messages. I have to call her because she's usually my eyes, right? She's telling me what's going on in the background. Is she sending me imperfections? I'm wondering about this now. All right, I gotta make a call because I can't figure out. She's showing me things, but I don't know. Or I'll just call it safety. I think I sort of know what you're trying to say, but I think there was a reason for that. Ball in hand for Joey. A chance to tie things up now. Pretty sure I know why, but we'll see. Oh, because she might. Okay, I think I know why you're doing it, but I did that intentionally. I'm gonna call you. Okay, I think I figured it all out. There's got to be one more. I know there is, but whatever. Oh, I'm getting a call now. I gotta take this call. It's somebody. I'll be right back. Hello. Give me 1 second, man. I updated the score for you guys. All right, I'm back. All right, so this is going to be after this match is done, which I believe is still 5-5. That's what it's showing right now. Once this match is done, I'm going to stop the stream. And then I'm coming back on another stream, but it's going to be on my personal Facebook page. Okay? Tried the big cut. It's not going to make it. It's not going to make it. And the worst thing about it is the solids are just sitting. One in the corner, one set up for the other side, and the 8-ball is just sitting for the finish. Joy with a chance to get on the hill first. This is the problem for him here, though. Like, see how he took that shot? He just kind of took it for granted. It's like, well, you know, it's 3 ducks, so I don't really have to try. I'm really good, so I don't have to try. That's not good. That's how you end up making mistakes and then eventually losing. But he got through that one anyway. He's on the hill, going for the kill, and the next run, next rack, because I believe he's breaking. No, it looks like Earl's going to be breaking. Now, Earl looking for a tie here. Whoever wins this match is going to go to the semifinal on the A side. Whoever loses goes to the B side. By the way, if you're looking for the bracket for this event, you can find it under the name on the screen, which is the Hank 8-Ball Memorial Tournament on CompuSport. If you don't have CompuSport as an app, you won't be able to find it. You have to download the app. It doesn't cost you anything, though they do have subscriptions for like premium whatever, but you don't have to. You can just get the free account. That allows you to see and look for brackets. And you kind of, like, I think you want to look for CompuSport and maybe download it if you're a pool player, because there's a lot of events all across North America that do go on CompuSport. And the other half, or most of the other half, they usually go to Digital Pool. Challenge used to be the go-to, but I think Challenge is kind of fading now. Some people still use it, but most of the organizers and like the higher events are all using Digital Pool nowadays. If you're wondering how to find me on Facebook, you can see my name on the right side. It says Arada Regatta, Q Sports Live Manitoba. It's basically the same, except for Q Sports Live is one word. There's no spaces between them, and that's it. So I'll show you guys here. This is my profile picture too. So if you see the picture and you see the name, then you know you found me. But it's Arada Regatta, Q Sports Live, one word, then Manitoba. You can add me or follow me on Facebook if you want to. You can just tune in or just jump onto my channel to watch the stream if you don't want to add me or follow me, but at least you can find me that way. You can find the stream that way. And we're going to try to work things out here with BC and let's try to take turns on streaming. I think that's the best solution that we can come up with. So as soon as this match is done, I will be switching over to my personal Facebook. There's going to be some B-side matches going on for a bit, so they'll probably like maybe not even have TV table matches for a little bit. Then I'll come back. I believe, yeah, so about 7:30, 8 o'clock, that's when I'll be streaming on Q Sports Live again. Until then, I'll be streaming on my own personal page. I want to give a shout out to Dan Clark, too, for being a good guy. We've always been able to see eye to eye no matter what. Very understanding, doesn't, you know, he's not forceful or anything like that. And just a genuine good guy. Nothing but respect for him, man, ever since I met him. Those of you that are from Calgary and around that area, you guys know Dan too. And you can, I don't think there's anybody out there that can say anything bad about the guy. Honestly, he's just a good guy. And if anybody does, and I hear it, man, you're gonna deal with me. Not sure what he's trying to figure out here. I can't see anything. He's thinking he can go off the rail, off the 4, and split that 1 and 6 to make the 6. I don't think there's the energy on the table for it. Be a great shot if you can make it, though. Trying to play safety, that's what he was trying to do. I guess he was looking at how to tuck it in behind the 6, but he didn't quite get that. It opened up a bit. I feel like you can see at least the side of that 10 ball, but maybe not. Might have to do a jump shot. And if you're jumping, I guess the 10 ball is the only option you're jumping for. Oh, didn't make the jump. He's going to pass the cue ball over to Earl. He's going to have an easy little finish here. Trying to tie it up, take it to the last rack. We're on crunch time here. I got to get off in 4 minutes. He's a very methodical player, so I don't think we're going to have enough time to watch the last rack. I wonder if I can... Well, I guess if you're on YouTube, you could. So if you are going to look on YouTube, or if you're going to find me, on the right up of the post, there's a link that takes you directly to the Facebook or to the YouTube channel. It says YouTube live stream can be found at, and then there's a link below that. If you go to that link, it will take you to the stream, and then from there, you just you can tap your phone, and it'll show you the subscribe button. You can close the chat, and then it'll show you the subscribe button. It also shows you the like button if you want to like the streams. But you might want to switch over to YouTube because I'm just going to get off here in 3 minutes on Facebook. And I'm just going to continue this on YouTube. Because if this goes hill, this is going to be a long match. Even though there's only 1 rack left. I know already because usually the last rack is always a messy one. There's lots of safety battle and all that. Oh, I don't know. Can they finish this in 3 minutes? They might be able to finish this in 3 minutes. We'll let it go for at least 3 minutes. It's more like 2.5 minutes. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's going to be like that, is it? Hill. Hill action. We're going to the last rack, and this one is a race to 7, and we're on the 13th rack. No winner yet. 6-6 is the score. Winner wins, and Joey to break. Now, sometimes a player will just go nuts and say, oh, I'm going to put all my power into this one and try to run out. But sometimes, when they do that, they lose the cue ball, and then they end up losing the match. We'll see what the maturity level is on this one. If he's feeling confident with his break, he's going to go for a big break. If he's not feeling too confident on the break, he's not going to go for a big break. If he feels like he can break and run out, for sure he's going to smash him. And if he feels like, this might be a battle, then he might just hit it softer than usual. But I think he's going to go for the big break here. Oh, and he did, and he made a ball. 1 minute. Oh, man. He thought he missed it. I'm wondering whether or not the 12 goes past the 5. But, like from the screen, it looks like it doesn't. So he's gonna have to break that ball out. That's the only trouble ball he's got. Came up way short. He was trying to open it up right there. I thought maybe he would have set up for that 13 ball and just take a reset there because he's got that shot to the side pocket. So it didn't have to keep he didn't have to keep the table like straight as it was. He could have changed it there. He's still okay, but definitely a lot more work here now. 5:30. Oh man, these guys are pushing me. I told these guys I was gonna get off right away, but. I was so for sure I thought he was going to be able to get it done within a couple of minutes because of that nice break. Playing out the 15 into the 9, I think. Yeah, he did. This is still not a clear though. He's got an angle to go up table and back down, but not sure if it's going to work out for him. Okay, 5:31 now. I'm pushing it. Not sure what he was thinking there. I thought he was going to pull that forward so he can make that 12 to the side and then make the 11 to the other side or to the corner. But oh, he's able to make the shot. He's all right. Just not what he wanted. And he's kind of straight here. Because he's on the rail, he can't really hold position on the cue ball. He's got to let it go forward. The further forward it goes, the harder that backup becomes on that 8 ball. Smart. Just take a look at to see what you got here. That's as close as you get. You're going to have a straighter line than that, though. Plus, you're going to the right. I think he's going to be okay. So the way he's looking at it, he's going to be at a certain spot that he thinks he's going to be at. I'll show you where I think he's going to go. Let's see. Actually, yeah, he's going to go forward to the left. So he's going to be pulling up to about here. To about here. Oh, he went way further. I'm not sure if that's a bad thing. I mean, he can just clip this thin. He should be able to miss the scratch just barely. I'm just going to cut the stream off as soon as the shot goes in because I don't want to delay these guys any more than I have. Come on, Joey, make the shot. I never root against nobody, and I'm not. I swear to God, I'm not rooting against Earl. But because of the time, I just want him to make this 8 ball. Oh, he hit it too hard. Okay, I'm going to stop the stream on Facebook. You guys can watch on YouTube. How you doing? Jeff says, good, buddy. Just had a back surgery. New disc infused. New disc infused 3 vertebrae. Oh, wow. That's a lot of work, man. Oh, you're talking to Michael Hall. How you doing, Michael Hall? What are both of the CSRs? Okay, I'm going to switch to YouTube, and I'll get back to that. Got to run. Got to catch you later. Ron, keep up the great job. Thanks, Peter. Thanks for tuning in, man. You're an awesome dude all the time. Appreciate it, man. Always fun to shoot a few. All right, so we're going to stop it on Facebook right now. So I stop it right now because these guys are on the last ball. I think it is over, right? Yeah. Yeah, it's over. All right. So I'll be back with another stream shortly. It'll be on my own personal Facebook. Make sure you guys find me on Facebook. Here's the picture. Here's the name. Rada Regatta. Q Sports Live, one word, space Manitoba. That's where you're going to find the action. See ya. Sorry, Dan.